Welcome to this deep dive, where we unpack complex ideas. Today, we're getting into project management, specifically how PRINCE2 structures project stages. We're drawing insights from Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Casabon for this one.
A good foundation for this topic.
And the big question we're tackling is, what really decides how long these PRINCE2 stages should be? Getting this right seems like a game changer for keeping projects from feeling overwhelming.
Absolutely. PRINCE2 is all about breaking projects down. These stages, they're like mini projects within the larger one.
Makes it easier to manage.
Definitely. Better control, clearer decision points, managing risk piece by piece.
Okay, and PRINCE2 is quite specific about not specifying the length, right? There's flexibility built in.
That's right. It avoids a one-size-fits-all duration. It's meant to be tailored.
So it's not a fixed time. What is the deciding factor then?
Well, the core principle, the main driver, according to the methodology, is actually the level of project risk.
Risk. Okay, hang on. Why risk? Why not something else?
Think about it. If a project is, let's say, sailing in uncharted waters, lots of unknowns, high potential for things to go wrong.
High risk.
Exactly. In that situation, PRINCE2 logic says you want shorter stages.
So you check in more often, like more frequent course corrections?
Precisely. Shorter stages mean more frequent end-stage assessments. You get to look at progress, sure, but critically, you reassess the risks.
Right.
Are the assumptions still valid? Has anything new cropped up? It stops you committing too many resources down a path that's becoming increasingly shaky.
That makes a lot of sense. You limit your exposure when things are uncertain. But, other things might seem like they'd influence stage length. What about, say, unexpected costs popping up? An exception situation.
That's a really important part of project management, handling those exceptions. But in PRINCE2, that's more about how you react to a deviation within a stage using tolerances and exception reports. It doesn't really dictate the plan length of the stages up front.
Okay, not the planning factor. What about needing a specialist team? Maybe they're only available for a certain window.
Again, that influences how you schedule tasks and resources within a stage, definitely.
Right.
But it's not the fundamental reason PRINCE2 tells you to end one stage and start the next. That timing decision is driven by the need for that strategic review point.
And the project board, the people making the go-no-go decisions, their availability must play a role.
Well, yes, practically speaking, you need the board available for those end-stage reviews, so their diary influences meeting dates.
Sure.
But the reason the review point exists at that juncture, the underlying strategic driver for the stage break itself, comes back to risk. It's about having that formal checkpoint to assess progress and, crucially, the risk profile before committing to the next chunk of work.
So it always circles back to risk assessment. Higher the risk.
Shorter the stage, more frequent the reviews. It's the core logic for stage length in PRINCE2. These breaks are strategic control points focused on risk.
Got it. So the key takeaway is that the rhythm of a PRINCE2 project, the length of its stages, is fundamentally tuned to how risky it feels.
Exactly. It's about managing that uncertainty proactively.
So thinking about your own projects, maybe consider how understanding the specific risks could help you structure those stages more effectively, giving you better control, better outcomes. It's not just about arbitrary deadlines.
It really isn't. It's a strategic choice.
And if you want to explore this and other PRINCE2 concepts in more detail, we really do recommend the book Project Management for Project Managers by Orlando Casabon. It's a solid resource